Hello and welcome to The Corner. I'm the Frosted Glass and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
Nobody loves The Incredibles.
Yes. We're all sharing our ennui about that. The late Moonshock, apparently. And Pterodine Mantis.
Since Moonshock's not here, I'll just say all hail Tron Legacy, so that it feels like he's with us.
And I'll say gay. Alright.
That's fair.
And this week's special guest, Inquisitor 8.1.
Hello, everyone.
So, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing okay.
alright.
I just went and did a whole bunch of errands. I bought a $100 miniature only to open it up and find that I have 4 legs, but 3 on the one side and 1 on the other. I have 2 rear right legs when I need to have a front, or yeah, 2 rear right legs when I should have a right rear and right front leg. So I need to email the manufacturers of this mini and get a new
You
leg.
only have to have 2 legs, you know.
Yes, well, for a bipedal, but this is a quadrupedal miniature. So
Back in my day, we only had 2 legs, and that was good enough for us.
and we walked uphill both ways through the snow.
Well, I had 3
You
legs,
try and
but
tell the young people of that today, they won't believe you.
And I had manual transmission, and we wrote in cursive.
had to crank up the car.
Luxury.
All right. So, based on what we were talking about before we started, let's start with our first article. But, what about USSR?
Who gives a shit about the USSR? They're a failed country, and they're dead, and they're gone.
Mm-hmm. No, but they did give the world Zangief, so there's that.
Oh no. I think wrestling bears gave us Zangief, not the USSR.
and they gave one of the worst Beatles songs.
Hey, it's not a bad song.
It's pretty shitty.
Which one?
Yeah.
Back in the USSR.
Oh, come on, man. I'm an Abbey Road kind of Beatles guy. I'm not, a later Beatles guy.
Yeah. Abbey Road is better than White Album, but Back in USSR isn't a bad song.
No.
Right. I am just bored. I am all down for a Socratic dialogue and discussions about the makeup of our economic mode of production and what needs to be altered to provide better conditions for us all. However, we are going to need a serious conversation about some of the most tiresome points brought up time and time again.
No.
By the way, that's Altred.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Frosted, no.
Altered and discussions.
If this person is Russian, that could maybe be an excuse that English isn't their first language. But if you're trying to have an intellectual discussion and you shit all over yourself in the first fucking sentence, then I don't think anyone is going to be taking you seriously, my guy.
Yeah. Otherwise, we would take this article very seriously.
Very
Well,
seriously.
of course.
Socialism/communism won't work. Look at all these communist countries fail.
That's true.
Yeah.
One of the first weapon your average capitalist with a reading age over 10 will propose is to look at failures of the countries that have adopted socialism/communism.
He's got some balls calling out the reading abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good point there, Terry.
He really should have.
I just want.
He really should have altered that.
Yeah, you really
yeah.
should have all traded that.
I just want to say, in regards to the failures, you're right. Having something failed before doesn't mean that it can't work. But the question that keeps coming up is, what would you do differently? It's not that it keeps failing. It's that they keep doing the same goddamn thing over and over, and that keeps failing. and they never really have a different idea of how to fix it. They just keep doing it.
Yeah,
And that's the problem.
because eventually they're bound to get it.
Yeah, this time for sure. It's the Rocky and Bullwinkle magic trick.
Yeah. Let's see. Same difference, original copy, communist country are all examples of oxymorons. The first misconception that needs to be cleared is there is no such thing as a communist country.
Well, they all failed, so I guess technically, maybe.
No, okay.
Wait,
What
no,
is
no,
gonna
no,
bring-
no.
what
I'm
is-
going to correct him. He says there's no such thing as a communist country.
Oh, communist. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's true.
That is
No.
true. There is no such
No.
thing as a communist country.
There is no such thing as a communist country either. And I'll tell you what he's going to say. Because no one's ever gotten to the point of communism because they're all implementing socialism. The whole goal behind socialism in the concept of communism is that they implement socialism to equal the playing field, and then everyone gets the communist, treatment. There is one example of communism actually sort of working, and it's at a community level, not even the fucking town, community. So we're talking like maybe 5 or 6 families. It's called the Zapatistas. Okay. And so when he sits there and says the communism hasn't worked and no, there's no such thing as communism, he's kind of right because they're all socialists. The problem is that socialist countries, when they get that power to be able to try to implement communism, they don't want to let go of that power. Gee, I wonder why they would not want to do that. Because that means that they get to play king from then on.
Come on, who likes having power? Everybody
No.
who gets
Yeah,
power
yeah.
wants to give it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
It reminds me. I thought I came up with this thought experiment once. The concept is Jackism, and the idea behind Jackism is that if everyone in America gave Jack Gunsky $1, then Jack Gunsky would be very happy. So he goes around, he asks every person in America. He comes back 2 years later. He's asked 20,000 people. He's still broke and has 2 broken ribs and a court ticket for panhandling. Now, technically speaking, Jackism has not failed.
Yeah,
because
no, it's not.
we have not achieved true Jackism.
No,
but is
we've
it
not.
Is it really a rational thing to continue to pursue something that is obviously doomed to fail?
The thing about it is the argument that they'll make is the fact that the ends goals will justify the means. But the problem with that mentality is that the means create bitter people, and bitter people will do everything in their power to fuck up your system. So no, communism will never be achieved in anything greater than a community-wide effort. And even then, the Zapatistas are extremely fucking draconian about their approach. If you are not contributing to their community, they kick you the fuck out. And that is about the only time that communism will ever, quote, work.
Well, if communism doesn't work, then maybe communism will.
No, communism. Yeah, that is very true. We've never tried communism.
Oh, hey, Moon.
Hi guys, I am so sorry. I really am.
You're okay, Moon.
I way lost track of time.
That's not a very good excuse.
I know it isn't.
That's what cancer does to a man.
He's so late he became a dog.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we were just talking about how real communism hasn't been tried.
Good God. Why? Just why?
So you do that.
Well, to be fair, it's not communism. It's communism.
Yeah, communism.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Hey, Moonshock.
Yes, sir.
Moonshock. Did you know that they're making another Tron sequel?
I saw that.
Yeah, it stars Markiplier.
You asshole.
Well, they immediately fail by the fact that Daft Punk is already broken up.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's true. Which is
One
a
of the-
shame because they're one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was one of the best things about that was the music. I mean, that soundtrack was probably one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard.
Oh, Jake, what's up? What's up, puppy? I know I was gone most of the day. I'm sorry.
Jake, as in from State Farm?
I'm not sure. No, he's not employed. He's just a freeloader.
Well, he's a guy, so
Mm.
All right, let's see. Through a combination of many works produced by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, it is widely accepted that communism looks like a moneyless, classless, and stateless society.
Exactly.
Settle down.
A country is a self-governing political entity, otherwise known as a state. So unfortunately, the USSR is not an example of a failed communist country. Sorry.
What?
Sorry, dot
What?
dot.
Yeah, if there's not 3 dots, that's not any ellipse. It's 2, so it's like period. Bleh. I didn't have enough energy to hit that last button.
Okay, look at all these socialist countries that failed. Look at the USSR.
Every socialist country has failed, you stupid motherfucker.
Well, we're going to find out why they didn't.
if you're going to play semantic games, can you at least do them in English?
Ooh, yeah, that's actually a good point.
Now it's clear that none of the countries many people bring up within these debates is in fact communist. It's time to tackle the idea that socialism is the reason for the failures of certain countries.
So basically what they're saying is that socialism and communism are not mutually exclusive.
Well, they're saying communism has never been tried because it always fails at the socialism step.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
So until there's a world with no countries, it can't be considered communism.
Yeah.
Got it.
In other words, it must dominate the entire world if it is to ever succeed.
So essentially, it's like, oh, you didn't do it right, so we're gonna try it again. Oh, you didn't do it right, so we're gonna try it again. Oh, look, you didn't do it right. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try this bitch until we get it right.
Yeah, you can,
Imagine having the ego to say that if everyone isn't doing it, then of course it's going to fail. So everyone must do it.
No, that's not how it works. If it fails, you do not try it again.
It is like the injection of current relevance. It only works if everyone gets it.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that shit.
First and foremost, how do we define the success of a country? Do we judge it by its economic success, military power, quality of life, human rights, longevity?
Ability to feed its people.
Hey,
Yeah, quality of life ain't bad. I mean, if everyone's dying, I would say that's pretty indicative of a failed state.
Oh my
I've got
God!
I've got the best qualifier. It still exists.
That's a good one.
Existing is so bourgeoisie.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a bougie talking about existing. Oh man.
Yes, you're one of those delicious mammals that the reptiles like to eat.
Real men don't exist.
Real men,
No.
real men coexist, like the bumper
No,
sticker.
Real men become women, and then they win everything else that women can never win.
It's really gonna be interesting to see what happens in sports when all the men are playing against each other in a women's sport.
Oh, I would love. I mean, I wouldn't watch it, of course, but I would love to see something like that happen. And just like, what the hell's going to happen? You have all these trans women that are basically beating the crap out.
It's going to be the men's league and the shitty men's league.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see. Does a country with rampant poverty and homelessness, with an incredibly poor healthcare system coupled with draconian laws regarding particular women's rights count as a successful country? American exceptionalism says so.
Oh,
what draconian laws are in function over women that are not in function over other people?
I would say that after
abortion? Is this abortion? Is that what this is referring
Yes,
to?
it is.
yes.
All right. Hang on.
what?
I'm gonna look something up here real quick. I just want to.
I would just like to point out that after 2020, any Democrat talking about draconian laws should just shut the fuck up forever.
Well, they would say, "Oh, well, that's just semantics." I'm like,
It's-
"The fuck it is."
Oh,
It's capital.
so in
Okay.
1920, the Soviet Union became the first modern country to legalize abortion. It was in 1933, during the Stalin era, that views changed. The Congress of Kiev in 1932, abortion was criticized and decreasing the country's birth rate. Abortion was finally banned in 1933. It's never been unbanned.
So that's why the Soviet Union is so bad, because they stopped killing the black babies, right?
Well, it's because the Soviet Union wasn't actually communist, though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. They were socialists.
Mhm.
They were.
There's a difference.
They were communist,
Communists. Communists. That's right. That's right. That's right.
which is an altered form of communism.
The whole trade. Oh god, that just reminds me of that substitute teacher from Key and Peele. Hold it in churlish when he can't
See,
say
I'm
anything the right way.
colorblind, so it looks like alt green to me.
What was that?
I'm colorblind, so it looks like alt green to me.
Yeah.
Better than red green.
Yeah, I like that show.
I only know of it because you mentioned it like a couple times.
The
It's
issue,
actually a pretty good show.
the issue
Canadian
with the
comedies are always good. Anyway,
you just killed Moon.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with you on that one.
I mean, you can disagree. I mean, you could be wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You didn't like red green, the red green show?
I've actually never heard of it.
It's a Canadian comedy from like the late '80s.
People in chat people like it.
The issue with the idea of viewing socialist countries as failures is that many of its biggest detractors simply ignore their own country's deficiencies while criticizing another nation for the same problems, and when any mention of the success of these countries are unfairly scrutinized.
Ooh, scrutinized, a word that has more than 2 syllables. I'm impressed.
I would say again, need I just go back over the fact that he's trying to create a false equivalency here talking about Roe v. Wade being repealed, but at the same time not realizing that the USSR fucking banned abortion in 1930 and never re-legalized it.
Yeah, I know, those sons of bitches.
The USSR, the USSR isn't communist, so therefore it's not relevant.
Oh, but it's only it is relevant, but only when he's trying to take a dig at the U.S.
Anyway, let's look at the next sentence. Let's look at the USSR.
Can I? Oh shit! Can I just say, Yeah, never mind. Just keep going.
The introduction of socialism in Russia came shortly after an already poor economy was viciously crippled. In 1928, its economy was around 25% of the USA's, but it rose rapidly to around 60% in 1977.
So is it real communism though? Is it real
You know what?
communism?
You know why their economy boomed in the 70s? Because they finally started getting the maturation of all of the land and money they stole from everyone else.
Yep.
No, it's just because communism was working, which is not what they had.
Oh,
Hey, I mean, it's kind of like the same principle. If you kill all the Jews and take all their money, you'll suddenly have a lot of money.
yeah.
By the dissolution of the USSR, it was ranked as having the second largest GDP in the world. Is that not somewhat economic success? Maybe a bigger success is that people have been.
You have to have a very, very limited scope of what qualifies success to call that success.
Let me do it blue. Then another blue.
Maybe a bigger success is that people have been fooled into believing that we should compare a country that existed for around 70 years to arguably the richest country in the entirety of history that had over a century longer to develop.
You're fighting him.
Many people tend to also ignore the West's constant attempt to destabilize the Soviets. Economic sanctions from the Mutual Defense Assistance Act in 1951, which banned U.S. assistance to countries doing business with the Soviet Union, to the National Security Decision Directive. What?
Is someone watching TV? I'm hearing a like.
I think
Background
Son
noise.
is talking to
Yeah.
another in the background.
Yeah, they're talking in the background. I apologize. They're playing the game.
To the National Security Decision Directive 75 in 1983, which Reagan imposed to apply economic pressure on the USSR. Although there are many that credit Reagan exclusively for the dissolution of the USSR through the use of his economic sanctions, the Soviets did have their own internal issues, but it underlines a reoccurring theme in the collapse of socialist countries: U.S. disturbance.
There is more.
Oh.
Okay, so
It couldn't at all possibly be how it stemmed from the Soviet aggression, the Iron Curtain, the nuclear arms race. No, there couldn't possibly be any of that. Why the U.S. would be somewhat antagonistic to the USSR. No, it couldn't possibly be that. It's purely because they wanted to see communism fail.
No, and because communism is so successful that it needs the U.S. to help them out to work.
Yeah.
Because it's all the carbohydrates.
The U.S., they had so much success and they're so great that if they don't help you, then you are doomed to fail. But for some reason, the ideology that guides the U.S. is wrong, and the ideology that guides the failure that isn't able to sustain itself is correct.
I was gonna say, and that's another thing too. They bring up the fact that the U.S. had 100 more years to develop than the Soviet Union did, but the U.S. didn't collapse under a civil war.
So the little ones were in the big bag.
Yes.
Civil wars are always helpful.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah,
that's a hate fact.
It couldn't possibly be the fact that the Union, to win this war, had to slash and burn every Confederate fucking field they came across in the Sherman's March to the Sea. No, that was perfectly fine for the infrastructure of the country.
Did any of you guys watch Razor Fist's video on that recently?
No.
No.
Oh, he does an hour-long video about Abraham Lincoln. It is fantastic.
Abraham Lincoln is an imperfect man who held the country together in its crisis. So I don't think it's fair to shit on Abraham Lincoln so much, because he was up against the wall.
You should watch the video Razor Fist does, because you are the exact person he argues against in that video.
I know. I was saying the whole thing about Lincoln is his suspension of very, very important rights. But all of those rights were also suspended during World War I and World War II as well. Like I said, Lincoln was an incredibly imperfect man who was put in an impossible situation because the fucking country was falling apart.
I would watch that video. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, ... Well, it was awful living in a socialist country. According to the study by Howard Waitskin, UCI professor of medicine and social sciences at Shirley Soresto, professor emeritus of sociology at Cal State Long Beach, and many more.
Okay, what is this person trying to argue? In one sentence, they're saying the USSR, it was a great success, and in the next, they're saying, well, no, its failures don't count because it wasn't real communism. So are you saying, is it communism or is it not communism? Was it a success or was it a failure?
Well, when things went well, it was communist, and when things didn't go well, it was communist.
Or socialist. Yeah.
let's and many more, it has been found that socialist countries outperform countries of a similar economic level in nearly all metrics.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And if they outperform in any sort of economic metric, it is in one way, which is to give the leader of the party incredible amounts of wealth.
Everybody's happy in socialist countries.
Oh yeah, everyone. No one's unsatisfied in socialist countries.
Frosted, there is no one alive who is unhappy in a communist.
Now that is very true. Yes.
Yeah. Life expectancy, infant mortality, healthcare, and literacy rates are all categories in which capitalist countries fail to compete. In many of these socialist countries, there is a greater push for gender equality and the rights of workers. It's important we underline that these countries are being compared to capitalist countries of a similar economic level. Supports of capitalism often argue as if the U.S. is the only capitalist country, while incredibly poor countries such as the DRC or Haiti.
Wait, hold on. The Democratic Republic of China is not democratic or a republic.
Wait, is he talking about China, or I thought it was the Democratic
DRC?
Republic of the? I thought it was Democratic Republic of the
Democratic
Congo.
Republic of the Congo. Okay, yeah.
But what
Are
about
you telling me that North Korea isn't also a democratic republic?
But what about Haiti?
Kim Jong-il, you lied to me.
I know. Oh my God, I believe the propaganda.
It's in the poorest countries we can see the horrors of capitalism right before us.
Horrors of capitalism?
Cards here.
Well, I mean, it is the oldest profession.
I can't believe you think the USSR is great. No, no, there are obviously many flaws with the USSR, and in any
The
country
USSR
that,
was great as a meat shield for the Nazis.
yeah,
And I say the Nazis spent a lot of fucking manpower and bodies trying to take Stalingrad, and that's a lot of manpower and bodies that were not at Normandy Beach. Thanks a lot, USSR.
yeah.
Thank you for killing all your people.
Yes.
Many times.
It just reminded me of Monty Python when they've got Mr. Hilter, and it's like looking at the map of Stalingrad, and the innocent Englishman is like,
You
look
wouldn't
at the
have
wrong
much
map.
fun at Stalingrad.
it's like, not much fun in Stalingrad, no.
Don't gotta jump. Okay.
Let's see. However, if we are going to have a discussion about the debate that plagued the 20th century, we are going to have to rid ourselves of Western propaganda. CV1 apostrophe colon or apostrophe. So there. If that doesn't prove communism is okay, I don't know what will.
I think you're pissing Jake off.
And end of book 1.
When you hear the toad, turn the page.
Hi, Jack.
Hey.
Hi, son.
Oh, hi, son.
Jack says hi, so does Frosted.
Hi, Frosted. Hi, Terry.
Hi.
And Braniel says hi.
Hi, Brenda.
Oh, the People's Republic of China. Okay, yeah. But even then, it's not a republic and it's not for the people.
Keishel says hi.
Hi, Keishel.
It's for some of the
Evolved
people.
Potato says hi.
Hi, Evolved Potato.
Stop.
Green
All right.
Badger Outdoor says hi.
Hi, Green Badger.
All right. Well, with the end of the first article comes the first game, and that is Sad Libs,
Hi, Evil One.
double prompt edition. All right, and this is where I take.
Hi, Mr. Ducks. Hi, Tranius. Hi, Devil. Hi, James. Hi, Cracker Up. Hi, Keeverdam.
Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, this is where I take four. This is where I take 4 headlines from
Hi,
Medium,
Animals.
take out 2 words, and you guys fill in those words Mad Lib style, and then the chat will vote on which one is best.
Hi, Lisa.
All right.
You're almost as bad as Jack. It's a living thing.
All right, Jack, I need a place.
In keeping with our China theme, I'm gonna say Tiananmen Square. Good luck, Turkey.
I can never remember how to spell Tiananmen. So I'll just go with that. Close enough. All right.
Should I because I see here past tense transitive verb. How bad am I allowed to get for a past tense transitive verb?
As much as you
How
want.
bad can you get?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
All right. So Moon, I need an adjective.
Chinese. And if it doesn't work, just say so.
I mean, it's an adjective. All right, Terry, I need a person.
No, I'll just go Joseph Stalin.
All right, and quiz, I need past tense transitive verb.
Raped.
Yeah, we get that one all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Moon, give me a thing.
Oh, how about a double-sided dildo?
I knew you're gay.
What? Shut up, Daniel.
Oh, come on, we all knew that.
What? Man, you guys are assholes.
Asshole.
See? Gay.
China's asshole. So are you guys.
All right, Terry, give me a thing plural.
Women.
That's women's, thank you.
All right, quiz, give me a thing.
A thing?
Yeah.
A single-sided dildo.
Oh my God. How
How about just a
original.
dildo?
But no, there's nothing else. Nobody said anything.
And this
All right,
was kinda
and
like a
Jack,
big
give me an adjective that's not
hard.
chunky.
God damn it! No. I refuse. It's chunky
Uh-huh.
or nothing, Buster.
That's funny, girl.
Apparently, chunky is the only adjective Jack knows.
Chunky is the only adjective.
It
that
always works. It always
Second,
works,
get on my
and
phone.
you always tell me no.
How about smooth?
Oh yeah, or moist.
No,
Moist is
chunky
okay.
is great
Moist, yeah.
because it implies fatness without saying it directly.
According to Tyrannius, I am gay adjacent.
I don't know if you ever saw
All right, so you're going with chunky.
And Kyler says
Chunky.
lumpy. Jack, you
Fine,
big
Kyler says lumpy. Let's go with no, chunky. I did this last time. You're not tricking me again. It's chunky or nothing.
I love how
4 more years.
I love how something like adjectives triggers Jack so much. All right, so let's see. Jack's is Merry Christmas from Tiananmen Square, where being given a double-sided dildo gets you in trouble.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite accurate.
All right, and Moon's how encouraging Chinese boys to play with women will result in greater gender equality.
God.
Well, I mean, yeah.
All right, and let's see. Terry's there are women attracted to Joseph Stalin. Here's why. It's not his single-sided dildo.
By single-sided dildo, we mean rifle, Kalashnikov.
Terry wins so far.
They're all good.
All right, and quizzes. Ancient Romans raped their butts in the bathrooms in a chunky way.
Alright, Chris wins. Raped in a chunky way. How do you
That
rape
was
somebody
good.
in a chunky way?
All right, just give me a sec. I'll start a poll so the chat can vote on which is best.
2 on the nose, ain't that the truth? Boing. I'm gonna just go ahead and exit this. Oh,
Ebony Williams is gonna be doing her Quippers United debut this Sunday. So
Oh,
very cool. Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
It looks like Quiz in the lead with Terry in second.
well, that's no surprise.
I'm gonna vote for Terry.
Thank you.
I voted for Moon. I love the encouraging Chinese boys to play with women.
I voted for Moonshock as well.
And we have 29 viewers, but only 13 likes.
I think that if it was just dildo, it would have played a little better than single-sided dildo.
No, it's got to be single-sided.
Terry and Quiz are now tied.
Oh, there you
It's-
go.
It's like Scotch tape.
Well, we're gonna have 2 winners.
I don't know.
Oh, no, Terry
T-
just went up. Wait, I shouldn't say that. Terry did not just go up.
A van just showed up at 3 a.m. and dropped off some votes for Terry.
Terry got the Biden votes.
Whatever it takes.
Desperation is a stinky cologne.
I hope you will be a benevolent ruler, Terry.
As long as you obey me, sure.
All right. Well, it looks
Maybe
like
then we can finally get communism to work.
Yeah.
Mm.
it looks like Terry wins with 47%.
Woo.
Woo.
Hey, at least I beat Jack.
Women love single-sided dildos.
Oh, absolutely.
Extremely, yes.
All right. So now on to our second article. Boys, guns, blasters, and men. And the new normalized now.
Wow, somebody knows
What
how
are
to
they talking about?
Exactly. All right, who is this motherfucker? Oh, the Good Men Project. That
I
means
hate
that
these
ain't gonna
guys.
be. It's not gonna be one person. That's just gonna be some dildo sucking bastard. This is
Blasters?
Blasters? Yeah,
Like
that's
what,
what I
of
was.
the math variety?
No. I guarantee you, I know what it's
That's
going to be
gonna-
about. It's Nerf guns. It's about Nerf guns,
Oh.
isn't it?
Oh no.
I don't know. We'll have to read the article.
Nerf guns are so phallic and horribly masculine.
Ooh.
Nerf guns are the shit.
Oh, the
Has
dead-
gun-
Nerf guns are the greatest way to take out your aggression on family members.
Yeah, Nerf gun fights are great. Has gun violence become too necessary, normal, and fun for our boys?
I told you. I knew it. I knew it's going to be about Nerf.
By Kara Post Kennedy. That someone needs to oil their door.
That was ours.
When my son was born, I vowed he would never own a toy gun.
Shit. You must have been so much fun.
I could not
Oh,
You
even.
must have
God.
been the greatest parent.
Okay, I did some research, gentlemen, and I found the owner or the leader of this Good Men Project. So I found a picture of this guy.
You must be British.
This one is written by Kara Post Kennedy, if you want to look her up.
Oh, I thought this one was done by the Good Men Project.
I've
Yeah,
I've
it is.
heard that name before.
Well, there's
Kara
a
Post Kennedy is the writer. I'm guessing that she
Okay.
writes for the Good Men Project.
well, the link I put in chat was for the owner of the Good Men Project. That's Tom Matlack.
Ew.
He looks like a horse.
Yeah.
Can I just say I'm a good man and you're an asshole?
Okay, so
I'm a better
Terry,
man than this author.
Terry, what was the name of that woman again?
Kara Post Kennedy.
Is it Kara or Cara?
K.
Kara, and then
Post.
Post Kennedy is hyphenated.
Okay.
I mean, she's probably
Oh.
better off than Mary Jo Kopechne post Kennedy.
Oh, I gotta- well, I've got
That's a deep cut for our audience.
Dude, she looks like that one bitch talking about how everyone is crabs.
Quiz, never give the context to that statement.
Well, there are many pictures of her, and one of them she's holding a snake.
You mean that
So-
as a euphemism, or is it an actual snake?
Wow, that picture's not photoshopped to hell and back. Considering that's what she really looks like.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna link this picture.
I could not even wrap my head around the concept that pretending to shoot other people might be considered a game. Even water guns bothered me, so much so that for the first several years of his life, the only one he owned was shaped like a dolphin.
Has her hair, so she isn't a soulless redhead.
All right, there's a picture or link in chat for her.
So in other words, our children have to fear attack dolphins now.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, they'll rape you.
Yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
Keith says
I
she's
don't go
decent
in the
looking.
That's what I said. It's not bad.
She has constant bitch face.
Constant pitch face, not resting, but constant.
Some people shouldn't go out in the sun.
It's like, that's
All right.
Oh God, she looks like I have overdue books.
Are they the people that did Two Good Men, Two and a Half Good Men? What, Two and a Half Men?
I don't know. 2.5 good men.
2.5 good men.
So it's like a Few Good Men, but with Charlie Sheen. What?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes.
say it's what happens when you create a military drama with a lot of cocaine.
You see what Ebony says? She looks like J.K. Rowling if life was sucked out of her.
All right. Let's see. I
Looks like
ration.
she should be saying, yes,
So
my
she
Führer.
got sucked by a Death Eater is what she's saying.
Oh, you spent time with a Death Eater.
Well, see, as a ginger, I don't fear Death Eaters because
You ain't got no soul.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Souls are a weakness.
Exactly.
I rationalize. This is just a dolphin spitting water, not a gun.
She looks like she's about to go into Super Karen mode. It's like she has a second level transformation.
This isn't even my final form.
That's her final 4 minutes.
Yeah, she's at least a two-face boss.
Come here, come here.
I spent my childhood in the idyllic, in my memories, 1970s, in a very rural suburban setting.
Oh,
Was-
because no one ever shot guns in the 70s. Charles Bronson wasn't a thing in the 70s.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
We rode our bikes over all creation, unsupervised naturally, for 3 seasons and then sledded down the winding bridle paths in the woods, unsupervised naturally, all winter. We built forts and played house and sold lemonade to our good-natured neighbors.
So what? Wait, hold on. They built forts?
Yeah.
Why? What did they need to fortify if they don't have guns?
No, it wasn't about guns. That was just to keep out the blacks.
No.
Damn.
I mean, it was the 70s.
Well,
Yeah.
that is true.
We put on plays and staged mini carnivals and danced for hours to old records. Yes, we actually did.
Records. Oh, God.
You know, someone would suggest that
It was the
I
70s. They
would
didn't have an
suggest-
8-track? 8-track? Come on.
Dude, my father had an old Mustang from the 60s that had an 8-track player in it. I'm like, that looks like a... Exactly.
I would suggest that one of the benefits of mock violence is that it provides an outlet for people so that they don't commit real violence.
Real violence, yes.
Yeah, and what's more, people have been doing mock violence for fucking ages. There was a video circulating on Twitter recently. It showed an late 1800s or early 1900s snowball fight. And these people were fucking brutal. They like decked a guy who was riding past on a bicycle.
Jeez.
Please tell me it was like a penny farthing, so they had to like jump and punch him.
Oh, it was no, it wasn't. It was funny as shit. And these people, they were nasty about it too. It was not a playful snowball fight.
Oh, they were brutal.
What we did not do was play with guns, toy or otherwise.
No, for God's sake.
Now many
I
of
wonder.
the men in
look this
our neighborhood were hunters, So there was no stigmatizing gun ownership that I was aware of. But toy guns or BB guns, those were a medium of the bad kids. And every neighborhood has one or two.
Because cap guns weren't the thing in the fucking 50s.
Nope.
You are like the epitome of new wave hippie bullshit
Well-
there, lady.
Didn't they have like chemistry sets and shit that had like radioactive shit that they included in some
Oh
of
yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Like they wanted to nuke our fucking kids, and that was 70 years ago.
So you mean to tell me that your parents, lady, were more civilized than you, running around with their little fucking 6-shooter cap guns from the 50s? Those people were more civilized than you, Miss fucking like moonbeam cunt.
Human being, just basic philosophical point. Human beings have never been civilized and never will be civilized. Not truly. There will always be animalistic urges within all of us to commit violence against each other.
Oh man,
It will
I'm a
just
barbarian
always
and I
be-
fully admit it.
and the more you deny that fact, the more prone you are to be susceptible to it.
I'm more of a
I'm a
sorcerer
fucking
than a
barbarian.
barbarian.
I don't care.
I'm more of a sorcerer than a barbarian.
Well, at least if you take barbarian, then you don't need to worry about wearing armor, and then you get your fucking you get your dexterity for your armor class. I mean, it's the perfect thing to dip into if you're playing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
need
just
I don't need armor either. I just need charisma.
Well, you just need AC,
Yeah, charisma and dexterity. All right. We had a small posse of BB gun toting toughs who were as stereotypically bullying as the gang in the classic film Stand By Me. I'm starting to think that this lady is just making up her entire childhood because it sounds so cliche.
Yeah. It's not only cliche. It's like she's taking every hippie stereotype and then dialing it up to like fucking 11. It's ridiculous. Every single thing that she's said right now is like out of some sort of Leave It to Beaver version of the 70s.
Yeah, I'm like half expecting her to say, and the neighborhood bully, Scott Farkas.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't the Weather Underground active in the 1970s?
Yes.
But they didn't use guns. Just bombs.
No, just bombs. They just blew up people.
Yeah. When you saw them coming, you fled. No ifs, ands, or buts. Naturally, all the trouble in the neighborhood was automatically blamed on them as well. When someone punctured the bottom of our kiddie pool, which we had wisely been using as a flotation device in the creek behind our house, unsupervised of course, repeatedly with some kind of blade, those boys were guilty until proven guilty.
So is this unsupervised naturally supposed to be like her catchphrase or something? She seems really fond of just inserting it everywhere.
I don't know. It's just one of the good old days kind of things.
Yeah, Terry, you could have just stopped at inserting it, and that would have been believable too.
Let's see. They were the bad kids. Kids who like guns are bad and liable to do anything. Thank God no pets turned up missing, because they would have gone down for that, proof or no. So is she saying that
it's
kids...
only the psychopaths that don't have guns that end up hurting animals and become serial killers.
So is she saying kids who play with guns are persecuted?
Yes, it sounds like.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah. And of course...
Especially by her.
Yeah. And of course video games, which didn't exist until my adolescence, were innocuous affairs like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. The only thing you could shoot at were Space Invaders, and obviously
Because they're alien invaders, you dumb bitch. Of course you're going to shoot at something that's trying to destroy your planet.
And
You go, oh, hey, look, I'm so diverse and inclusive. Come on in and destroy our planet. Yay. It just parallels-
Why did they have to go to Space Invaders? Why not space undocumented migrants?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Shoot the undocumented immigrants.
Space
No,
isn't
then-
sending
then-
their
then-
best. They're
Well,
sending the
thing is that
rapists.
You would have to change the name of that game to Border Patrol.
I mean, if the game was called Space Rapists, that would be an awesome game.
Well, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the upgrade so that I can build that space wall.
Well, actually,
They're
if you remember,
sending
there
their
was
space drugs.
well, there was a game called Moon Patrol where you actually had to jump over giant ravines in your car. So
Hmm.
maybe that was
But
just
not a
part-
wall. Not a wall.
Yeah. Well, you had to shoot the rocks too, which they kind of
Oh.
serve as the. So basically, the thing that you actually control, that little car, you're actually trying to break into America. So that Moon
Yeah.
Patrol is kind of an homage to let's break into America.
I think it's a moon coyote is what they're called. Thank you very much.
We need to guard our border with the moon. All right,
Well, I mean, if I've learned anything from Brianna Wu, you can just throw rocks from the moon.
yeah.
That's true. That's
The
more
only-
powerful than 100 nuclear bombs.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
The only thing you could shoot at were space invaders, and obviously such an extreme event as an alien invasion would call for some firepower, right? Shooting at people was never suggested, let alone normalized. I don't know when exactly guns as toys for good kids became a standard, but I blame Nerf.
The 50s.
Ebony Williams brings up a good point. My dad had a BB gun as a kid in the 60s, 70s. BB guns were a thing, and not only were they a thing, but they were the central plot point of a movie called A Christmas Story, which
Yes.
prominently features this gun being used against people.
Yeah,
You put out your eye, kid.
yeah, and that
You'll
movie
shoot your
Yeah.
eye out.
that movie took place in like the 40s or something.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, BB guns were so popular, even Santa knew about them.
Yeah. You got him a Red Ryder BB gun. Come on.
Hell yeah. Santa bought this kid a fucking thing that he shoots his eye out with. Oh, spoiler alert. But come on.
Nerf, who made it
Dude,
possible?
that's a really good point. Hold on. I can see a lot of parallels between this bitch and like an idyllic version of fucking Christmas Story.
Yeah, she's the mom from A Christmas Story,
Yes, she is.
Uh-huh.
or the teacher.
I'm surprised. Did she wash her kids' mouths out with soap when they wanted a fucking Nerf gun?
Yeah,
You know, that's actually happened to me before.
No,
My mother got
no,
so pissed off
no.
at me.
The mom in A Christmas Story is cool. This bitch is not cool.
all right. So maybe the
No,
teacher.
did anybody else laugh when Flick
No.
got his ass beat by his mother because Ralphie lied about the words that he said Flick taught him? You can hear
Yeah.
Flick in the back of He's
No.
getting the shit kicked out of him by Eric.
And let's be honest, Jack. The dad was the coolest in fucking
Yes.
Christmas
Yeah.
Story because of his lamp, and we
Yeah.
all know it's because of the lamp.
Yes.
It
Uh,
was Schwartz. It was Schwartz,
he was
not Flick.
great.
Sorry.
The two best Christmas movies both involve guns: A Christmas Story
Yes.
and Die Hard.
Yeah,
And Terry's
blamed
over there
Schwartz,
just
not
going,
Flick.
"Fuck all of you people."
I've got no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen this movie.
It's a Christmas staple. It's a Wonderful Life, only
I
for
haven't seen
people
that
that
either.
aren't.
Well,
Oh well,
well, Terry does live on the ass end of the world, so there's no such thing as snow in.
true. Yeah.
Okay, Terry, you have one uninterrupted minute to tell us about whatever weird Christmas specials you have in Australia.
Nah, I decline the time.
Yeah. I yield my time. Reclaiming my time.
No, that'll be later. He's gonna reclaim his time later.
All right, let's see. Nerf, who made it possible to ignore Carol Brady's excellent advice about never playing ball in the house, also made guns an irresistibly impotent plaything. Foam bullets, how totally fun is that?
Very
Yeah.
fun.
Go talk to kids that actually have those things.
I have one in my fucking room, and not only that, I have a Nerf gun right next to my real gun. And guess what? I've never done. I've never killed anyone.
Don't get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Has she ever heard of cops and robbers? That's like old as
That-
fucking time.
I
Cowboys
don't
and
know.
Indians. Cowboys and Indians.
Well, you don't want to.
The game's so old, we're not even allowed to play it anymore.
Well, now it's colonizers and indigenous peoples.
Yes.
Well, I mean, 'cause
People
if
who
you
did
had-
nothing wrong.
if you had cops and cowboys and Indians, like, stop! I must fix your IT problem. Come on back here.
All I gotta say about the cops and robbers though is like you can catch the robber, your friend who's playing the robber, you can catch the robber, but then you've got to like give him parole, and then you gotta give him because the prison pipeline, it's not fair, so you gotta make sure that he's getting integrated in society all nice, and you can't abuse him too much because it's totally not his fault he's a criminal.
Now screw that. You're gonna be somebody's prison bitch.
Hey man, let's put it this way: if I was standing right in front of the person that cut the catalytic converter off of my Jeep like 3 weeks ago, and I had my gun in my hand, I'd be in jail right now. I'm just saying.
Coppers and abos.
I would have voted not guilty, Quiz.
As an Aussie, we have to allow Cynic to say that.
Let's see. It was Nerf that finally forced me to break my gun embargo with my son. The ubiquitous Nerf gun party culture proved to be an irresistible force. How could I say no?
Nerf gun party culture? The fuck is
what the
that?
fuck is a Nerf gun party?
I don't know.
Let alone culture, but what the fuck is a Nerf gun party?
I don't know, but it sounds like fun.
This sounds like this. No, it doesn't sound like fun. It sounds like helicopter mom bullshit. Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna have a great birthday party. It's gonna be a Nerf gun party. So everyone's gonna bring a Nerf gun, and then there's gonna be 10 minutes of dedicated Nerf gun time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a shitty cake.
Oh, he's
Did you
doing his
guys hear
cat voice.
That little, I was gonna say the cat congress is here. What?
I agree with everything you said, Jack, but that was also a really funny voice. So
Now, see, Jack, what you need to say now is, Mary had a little lamb, but I ate it.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
How could I say no without A, turning my kid into that weirdo outsider, and B, not looking like a self-righteous, condescending ass?
You already are! By having this fucking internal monologue that you've just like verbal diarrheaed on the fucking internet, you already are showing that you are the self-righteous asshole.
Nah,
Kudos for having the self-awareness.
she's just a good mom who had a perfect childhood.
Oh.
And it was the
If only things could be like they were in the 70s.
and it was the slippery slope I imagined it would be. Now he has all manner of Nerf weapons and a super soaker to boot.
Yeah, you know why? You know why? It's because you withheld these things from him, and now he is rebelling against you because you fought so hard you made it the forbidden fruit.
Nerf
Jack,
guns are.
I just put in a 5-second clip from an old Looney Tunes where I said, Mary had a little lamb, but I ate it.
Nerf guns are a gateway drug to super soakers.
Oh my god.
Of course, he is still not allowed to play video games where he pretends to shoot at things, most especially
Of course
people.
not.
But I
just read Terry's comment.
Welcome,
to
Nerf. But I do think that guns have become so normalized for children that it is difficult for them to separate reality from the fantasy. Look who's talking.
Yeah, so the only person who's having trouble differentiating reality and fantasy is this bitch talking about like her fucking Leave It to Beaver 1970s life.
Yes, it's called imagination. It's called pretending. You're not going to see every kid that has a toy gun go out there and be like, I'm going to go rob a bank with my toy gun.
This is the same fucking mentality that these people have been trying to push for the longest fucking time. And this is fucking bipartisan as fuck. It's both fucking the right and the left love to push this shit. This has been the same thing since fucking Columbine. We've been seeing it over and over and over again. If it's not fucking Nerf, it's Doom. If it's not Doom, it's fucking Call of Duty. If it's not Call of Duty, it's whatever the fuck you want to make up. Stop trying to spread your fucking morals over entertainment. You are the problem with this country.
As long as we can still ban GTA.
Yeah, right.
But if it's Nerf or nothing, okay?
Yes.
according to the tagline.
No, because it leads to super soakers.
It's a gateway drug to super soakers.
Just like, what- what's
I
the
can-
atomic bomb equivalent of the super soaker? Is it just like a 30
really-
foot water balloon?
Yes,
A really big
yes.
ass water balloon. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I can see somebody, you know, what do you say, like toy guns are a gateway, or no, Nerf is a gateway to super. So someone's grabbing a super soaker, like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah! Fucking super soaker bitch! Oh yeah!
need some of that fucking water. Oh.
Mainline that shit.
Cut to somebody like sucking dick for super soakers.
You're like, man, you got some of that shit. I sucked your dick.
I suck your dick for a super soaker, man.
You ever suck dick for a super soaker?
I just
Boo this man! Boo!
mainline that shit, man. Oh.
Even laser tag or paintball promote the idea that targeting other human beings is pleasurable. That
It's entertainment, you stupid.
Oh man, God forbid this bitch ever play tag.
Oh, she's probably the type
It's
of.
violent. You're hitting
my God.
someone.
Hey guys, go out there and play some flag football. We don't want you to get tackled.
The next thing above hitting someone is beating your wife.
I will blow you for an extra water pack.
let's see. That the person who does this most successfully is the winner. Is it any surprise that guns are so often used in our society to end arguments?
You know, did this woman get a participation trophy just for living?
There's no winner in a Nerf gun fight. The Nerf guns fights end when you all decide, okay, we're done shooting each other with Nerf guns.
Or yeah, like even super suckers too. Like whoever runs out of water loses.
Yeah.
Or hey,
The goal of a Nerf gun fight is not to win. It is to exercise your aggression on people
Yes.
who've slowly been pissing you off for the last 20 years.
To have fun.
yeah,
Last time I ever played with like fucking water guns was with my brother. It was right after he had gotten out of his master's degree. It was the middle of fucking summer. I was 16. He had like a Nerf, or no, not a Nerf gun, like a super soaker that he was buying initially so that he could give to his kid when his kid was old enough to play with them. Because I think Ian was only like maybe like a couple months, maybe, or maybe even a year old. But he had that, and it was purely just so that we could cool off in the summertime. We both got it. We both filled it up with hot water. You don't want to do that, by the way, because when you hit someone in the middle of summer with hot water, it makes you like immediately freeze. But we both did it because we thought it was funny. And then we sat there and just like sprayed at each other with the super soaker for a while, and then went back in and played fucking video games. Neither me or my brother are dead.
me and a couple of friends, one of them had like an RC helicopter, and we went to the store, got a couple of Nerf guns, and we took turns, one flying the helicopter and the other's trying to shoot it down.
Well, that'd be fun.
Oh, see, I guess that means that you want to go and learn operate missile launchers over in the Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
You know, because that's training for the Patriot batteries. You know, shooting down helicopters.
I am the ghost of Kiev.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right. I had an interesting conversation with a teenage boy I have known peripherally for many years, who I would describe as bright and a bit precocious. He went off on the topic of guns, expressing his love for them and his enjoyment of gun-related activities. He also
Related activities. I personally love cleaning my gun. It's just so much fun.
Well, you could also say that, I don't know, being a police officer is a gun-related activity.
I love loading the magazine on my gun. It's so much fun. Oh my god.
So assassinating somebody is also a gun-related activity. So apparently you gotta enjoy those gun-related activities.
Gotta love them.
Yeah.
he also expressed his belief that gun ownership is necessary for personal safety. Now for context, he lives in a rural/suburban setting, much like the one I grew up in. Apart from the occasional teen-level vandalism, crime is practically non-existent.
Oh,
So
I found out what this woman's problem is. She grew up in a red district, and she can't take it.
I'm in a fucking suburban setting right now, and guess what, bitch? I had my fucking catalytic converter cut out of my car with a sawzall. Is that no crime at all?
No.
Bitch, I'd increase the gun violence if I could.
Did you try squirting water at them with a dolphin?
And not only that, it fails to recognize the singular point around all of gun ownership. It is to fight against government tyranny. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
They never talk about this. They never say that. They're always like, it's for hunting. You don't need a Kevlar vest.
And say I'm probably the most liberal person you'll probably get in the corner, and I will be the very first person to sit here and say every single person's arguments for gun, like for disarming people, and especially here in the U.S., is absolute bullshit. You're disingenuous as fuck, and not a single person is acknowledging the implied reason for the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment was made immediately after a guerrilla war against a tyrannical government. It was not to, quote, create a regulated militia. No, the regulated militia comes from the private citizen's gun that they personally own to form a regulated militia to fight against a tyrannical government. They were giving themselves provisions and permissions to allow the private citizen to rebel against the government if it ever became as tyrannical as the 1700s England. That is the reason for the Second Amendment.
But the founding fathers couldn't have predicted that gun technology would have gotten better. That's from the time of muskets.
I've had someone actually say that. It's like, yo, I'm okay with Second Amendment so long as you've got fucking, muskets. I'm like, bitch, you do know that the Prime Minister of Japan was assassinated with a homemade gun, right? It wasn't that was a fucking cap and ball design. And he killed the current, or the not sitting, but he killed Shinzo Abe with essentially a fucking musket.
Yeah.
And also, how
people named Abe have bad luck with guns.
How ridiculous do you have to be so that you would think that the founding fathers would not anticipate technology developing after their lifetime? You think that they just thought, oh well, everything is just going to stop right here and it's going to be the same forever.
Like, could they have anticipated exactly how things would progress in the future? Probably not. But they definitely did think that, oh well, this technology is improving because it improved during their lifetime as well. So,
all right. All right, so I told him that if guns interested him as a hobby, that's fine by me. Not really. But as a woman who lived in New York for 4 years and Los Angeles for 9, mostly as a single girl, I had never
I highly doubt that you lived in any area that had anything to do with any of the crime in New York or Los Angeles.
This woman is used to nothing but city life.
Yeah, or she was just
not only city life, but also safe suburban city life.
Yeah, she was probably in the swanky areas of those places.
Yeah. Like she was in like fucking North Hollywood.
Yeah, I've got a private security detail. Oh my god, they have guns. I hate it.
Oh my god.
I had never once been in a situation where I wished I had a gun. Not one single time.
Well, when you're surrounded by security officers, that does tend to happen, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's so lovely. It's so lovely that the author has had such a cushy life that they can just assume that everybody else has had an equally cushy life.
I mean, I'll say there's been 0 situations where I wished I had a gun, but I recognize that that's because I live in an area that doesn't have gun violence. People who live in those areas would be insane to disarm themselves.
What about emus?
See, I have enough money that I can live away from the emus. That is the power of inheritance.
Cut to emus tunneling under his house.
I'm just curious, what does this author think if they're like, oh, well, this person doesn't live in a crime-ridden area that they need a gun? Does it mean that nobody needs a gun?
Apparently.
Is that what the author's arguing? Because this person she thinks doesn't need a gun. Nobody anywhere needs a gun.
Yes,
The,
that is
Very-
exactly what I'm hearing out of this.
the thing is, banning the guns isn't going to do anything because all of a sudden you've got knife crime, like in England.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
Or
the
of
one
peace.
thing I've been saying for the longest time, and again, I'm as liberal as you would probably ever get in the corner, but when people like propose regulations for gun violence or for gun crimes, trying to criminalize certain kinds of guns, all that's doing is it's punishing people who want to follow the rules.
Yeah.
No one who wants to break the rules gives a two flying fuck about what guns are legal and illegal because their whole purpose for using the gun is illegal.
I would love it though if there was a criminal who was like, okay, let's go rob this bank, and it's like, hey, just so you know, guns are actually against the law. It's like, well, fuck, now there's that plan.
Oh man, I can't go do that now, God. How are we gonna get our money?
Why haven't they tried setting up bank robbery free areas?
Yeah, right.
Yes, exactly.
And so, I mean, that's again the most frustrating thing because I am a legal gun owner. I've done everything legally. I own all of my guns, above board. There's no, shady dealings. I have in my state, since I live in Chicago, I have I know. I have the requirement of having to have a firearm owner's identification card. I keep up with it.
Yeah, and
I thought you were going to say I follow all the regulations. I have a 3D printer.
I don't have a 3D printer yet.
By the way,
I do
Quiz.
plan on getting one.
By the way, Quiz, were you in Japan recently?
Look, I'm not going to say I know that saltpeter and charcoal makes gunpowder, but oh shit.
the FBI, he doesn't know what he's saying. I love America. No, but Braniel and I were discussing this earlier. Another huge disingenuous aspect of the gun debate is whenever these people say the pro-gun people refuse to compromise. That is since when has a compromise with the anti-gun people ever actually benefited a pro-gun person in any way whatsoever?
Or been proposed.
It always cuts against you. It always cuts against your freedoms. Always.
Yeah, the major reason why is because like you have certain guns that are illegal because of like certain regulations. It has to have a certain fire rate, can't go above a certain fire rate, or it can't have a certain number of rounds in the magazine, so on and so forth. But all of that kind of stuff is all arbitrary. And it's all because the person who's making the law was able to convince enough people that the dissenters have no say at that point. And that is a little better than tyranny.
Yeah.
It's tyranny for the minority. And that's not what America was supposed to be about.
Nah. Guns are never a good thing to have.
Apparently.
No, there's only one time it's good to have guns, and that's when you've been working out, you've been lifting the weights.
Yes.
Evil One notes that Captain Kirk taught us how to make a cannon.
But no, they said cannon with one end. Well, one end in the middle.
So a camera.
So that means, well, also just the story, like the official story, is what Kirk taught us how to make.
Let's see. To my surprise, he didn't get defensive. He actually seemed intrigued by that. So I gently pointed out the lack of crime, violent or otherwise, in his immediate environment, and expressed my opinion that no one living in such circumstances really needs a gun. He changed tacks and began talking about the threat ISIS presents to American citizens. Where do you suppose he got an idea like that? I explained to him...
From the news.
From ISIS videos on the internet? where they freely published on the internet them cutting a person's head off and setting someone on fire? What?
I explained to him that the total number of global citizens that have been killed in attacks by ISIS equals less than 25% of the number of people killed in gun violence in the United States every year.
No,
Again,
that's okay then. Just let him kill. Just let him
Yeah,
kill Americans then.
yeah, no, ISIS's murders are perfectly fine.
yeah, they don't happen often, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I think that the author thinks that the mere act of possessing a gun immediately causes it to start killing people.
Yeah.
Like
sounds okay.
if a responsible person owns a gun, the gun will still be used irresponsibly no matter what.
Oh man, I better fucking flush my gun down the toilet, man, because I'm not holding it right now, so idle hands do the devil's work.
Yeah. Your gun could,
Yeah.
your dog could get a hold of it.
I know, right?
This woman is the
Shoot
reason
me
why
with
they
the-
have. This woman's the reason why they have directions on shampoo bottles.
Yeah. Or caution hot on coffee bottle. Coffee cups.
Hmm.
I actually had a packet of pistachio nuts, and it said allergy information contains tree nuts.
Well, I mean, nobody needs pistachios.
Yeah.
That's true enough.
Well, I'm surprised there wasn't also one that
Salt
said,
pistachios.
I was also expecting you to say something like "Do not eat shell," because those things are like tooth breakers.
Pistachios are in that scary green color. I prefer them all to be a traditional brown.
I believe
you-
they call that tactical green.
So Jack, you're saying that you like brown nuts, huh?
For the last time, Jack, stop. For the last time, Jack, stop calling Clarence Thomas a traditional brown. Again, his response was curious rather than defended. I asked him if he realized this means his neighbor with a temper and a gun is a far more serious threat to his well-being than ISIS ever will be. Oh, his neighbor with a gun. You know what a good defense against that would be?
Hmm.
In the past few...
A dolphin that squirts water?
Yeah. In the past few decades, research shows that more and more Americans cite protection as the main reason they own a gun, and NRA membership has swelled. In spite of the fact that our citizenry makes up just 4.4% of the world's population, we have 42% of the civilian-owned guns. Our firearm homicide rate
Rookie
is...
numbers.
Yeah. Our
Yes,
firearm...
and guess what? We've never had. We've never had a military coup.
let's- okay. Our firearm...
Can the Russians claim that?
Our firearm homicide rate is 20 times higher than the combined rates of 22 countries that are peers in wealth and population.
She lives in Chicago?
Not-
Look, those are just fireworks, not gunfire, all right?
Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but the timing of our addiction to gun ownership and the age of the Nerf gun do coincide.
No, they don't. We've had guns since the 70s. Nerf guns have not, or 70s, the 1700s.
Yeah.
Nerf guns have not been around since the 1700s.
No, the Nerf gun was patented in 1776.
Oh, okay.
It was either Nerf guns or Gamergate, one of the two.
One of, yeah.
We start normalizing violence for our kids. Violent video games added fuel to the fire.
There we go, yet again.
The
Tell us about how fucking Doom caused the fucking Columbine massacre.
or
I'm waiting for it.
or Mortal Kombat or Night Trap.
Yeah.
I love how Night Trap was controversial because that is the tamest game in the world. There's like
Yeah.
nothing in it.
There's nothing to it. Yeah, it's all just fucking full motion video. That's all it is.
The
There's
meat.
no sex. There's no violence. There's like nothing at all.
It has
That
an
would be like
Shitty grid. Time machine, take me to the age of the Nerf gun.
All right. The media and government vilification of the violent other, look over there, not here, simply sealed the deal. We taught our children that guns are normal, necessary, and worst of all, fun. Violence is normal.
all I'm hearing about, like, the last like 3 sentences you just read there, Frosted, is just pseudo intellectual. That's all I heard. A
Well,
lot of words that said absolutely nothing.
have you ever heard a Medium article before? And the thing about children, they grow up to be adults with their own money and
Oh no! Stop children from becoming adults!
children
Do
are
it now!
children are the gateway drug to adults.
I'm just imagining the Medium author. Quickly, they're turning into adults. We need to sleep with them quickly.
Oh god.
No, that's teachers. All right.
Yes.
With their own money and cars and belief systems and guns. But my conversation with that teenage boy gave me a glimmer of hope that it is not too late to turn this ship around. Talking about guns and gun violence can be uncomfortable and unpleasant, but kids need to understand the actual facts as opposed to the
Guns are
alternative facts.
Talking about guns isn't unpleasant at all. Guns are a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
love going to the range.
Is this article over yet?
And kids are a lot smarter than we think. Let's give them the best
They
chance. Let's give them the best chance to do better than we did.
Kids are so smart, they'll know a better way to protect themselves if you give them a gun than this bitch would.
Oh, good. Thank God. I was about to say, Frosted, if the next 2 words out of your mouth aren't the end.
If this were the titular article, I would have called this episode "Never Bring a Dolphin to a Gunfight."
That would have been an amazing title, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, I mean, that picture right there looks like some dude's getting ready to go shoot up a fucking shopping center. He's like, oh, got all these motherfuckers right here.
And you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of all the people that get like all up in arms about the good guy with the gun stopping a mass shooter. That's happened like 4 or 5 times in the last like 2 or 3 months. And everyone vilifies the guy with the good guy with the gun taking out the mass shooter.
Well,
Are you
yeah.
fucking kidding me?
Because people are supposed to die, didn't you know?
Not only do they vilify him, that guy usually gets prosecuted these days.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he murdered
ridiculous.
a man.
He shouldn't have
It's
shot.
ridiculous.
He shouldn't have shot the killer. He should have gone back in time and prevented him from getting a gun.
Especially a Nerf gun.
There are still people calling Kyle Rittenhouse a murderer.
Yeah.
Just let that sink in. After all the shit that came out in the trial, nobody actually bothered to listen to any of it. They just said, he's a murderer. I don't care what anyone else says. La 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 la. And then they continue to just call him that is the sort of person whom I want a gun to defend myself from. Because that person is just so irredeemably stupid, they might try and hurt me.
And what did Kyle Rittenhouse do? Played Call of Duty.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah.
And what was his username on the thing?
Oh yeah, 4 doors, more whores. Which is like, if this trial is meant to make us like Kyle Rittenhouse, then, job done,
I mean, it would have been way better if it was something like Loves to Spooge. Like, if that came out and like fucking, if that came up in the trial, that would have been amazing. I would want to see that little cunt of a prosecutor. I love it too. Okay, you want to talk about the most like irresponsible person with a gun? I'm sure as fuck not convinced that it would have been literally anyone on trial in the Kyle Rittenhouse. It was that goddamn prosecutor. He was pointing it at the judge, pointing it at the fucking people in the observation deck with his goddamn booger hook on the bang switch. Never ever do that, cunt. Unless you are assuming that you are going to pull that trigger and kill someone, you never put your booger hook on the bang switch. Ever.
Is that code for sex?
Yes. Segue.
All right. Well,
Segway.
Now it's time for our second game. And that for the chat only Jack. And that is the caption contest.
Yeah, Jack.
Where I'll
They know Jack here.
or boobs. All your aliases are listed.
We have a database.
All right. And this is where I take a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it. And whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. So this week, how could we not go with the magnificent new MLK monument?
The piece of shit, you mean?
The one that
the one that looks like a hand stroking a cock. Yeah.
well, it depends on the angle. It either looks like a hand stroking a cock or a guy going down on a woman.
If that's a cock, that's the biggest broken penis I've ever seen.
To me, that looks like someone like two-handing a massive schlong.
If what I heard about Martin Luther King Jr. is correct, I mean, perhaps it's not it's not the worst.
That's like someone using their torso and their hand to jerk off an elephant.
But now you know why you don't go back after you go black.
Yes. Because you can't move. That thing paralyzed you.
How about another paralyzer?
I can't feel my legs.
That's because we amputated your arms.
Let's see. White girl's first experience with a BBC. Let's see. The new monument to the BBC is looking nice. Moon. I'm surprised. I would expect this from Jack, but
I think my first experience with the BBC was Faulty Towers.
Yes.
I guess what they say about blacks is true.
Let's see. Super Soaker X. It's still in honor of a black man. What's the problem exactly?
Is that the Wang from Clockwork Orange?
Never feed a sugar baby.
Taint Buster 3000.
Hey, Frosted. You know, if you're going to Boston, you gotta go out to see the Wang.
I know this is gonna get me timed out, Frosted, but I can't not here. Hold on.
That's a Boston inside joke, people.
Yeah. There's a theater in Boston called the Wang Theater. Let's see. For the honor of Mr. Hands. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and sometimes I guess what they say about blacks is true. Let's see. 4 doors, more whores.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
the Taint Buster 3000. Hunter Biden's art tribute to race relationships. Fuck yo equality. Stand back. I don't know how big this thing gets. The only thing white women want from a black man. Roll anal circumference. I'll still have to time me out, but that was a good one. All right.
Yes.
In honor of Bono's birth. It looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
I like that one. It looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Is my favorite.
All right. Let's see. Almost too much to handle. Boston got shafted. Let's pull it out and see whose is bigger. We hold this schlong to be self-evident. Better get the 50-gallon drum of lube. He's all tuckered out.
Yeah, it looks a little limp, yeah.
Look how big that is, said every white woman ever. It's a Tootsie Roll, I swear. All right, well, we've got a lot of them, so I'm going to cut it off there. All right, maybe I should have phrased that differently. Yeah. He's circumcised, all right. All right.
Yes.
So, which one is your guys' favorite? Jack?
I don't know. There were a lot of good ones in here. it's difficult to it's difficult to choose. Give me a minute.
All right,
Well, I'm gonna go with meats back on the menu.
Yeah, same. Yeah, say Rotten Corpse wins it for me.
I'm not familiar with that reference.
it's
Oh
from
my
Lord,
god!
Lord
from
of the
Lord-
Rings, Jack. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And
Well, I
it's-
don't like Lord of the Rings. It was boring.
all right,
The
Terry.
books-
I'm
Maybe I
gonna
could
make a
agree
lot
with
of friends tonight, aren't I?
I mean,
You're
I will
fired.
back Gunsky up. Much as I hate doing this, I've never seen the Lord of the Rings movies, and I tried to read the Lord of the Rings books and found them incredibly boring.
I agree with you on that, Terry.
Well, the
I
meats-
can- I thought the Tolkien's writing style is very dry, too dry in my opinion. But the movies are pretty good.
Well, plus
Peter
the
Jackson did a really good job with them.
plus the meats back on the menu thing is a meme. So
Yeah.
I
Same with
like
the Age of Men is over.
I like Mr. Dax's "We hold this schlong to be self-evident."
all right, Terry.
I'm going to give it to Sunburst for the Super Soaker callback to the article.
All right.
I mean, callbacks are great in the moment, but the thing is that when this is posted on Twitter later, people are gonna be like, "Huh?"
all right. Well, I think I got to go with the meats back on the menu. So
Yeah.
I think that makes
That was a good one, Rotten Corpse. Good one.
that makes Rotten the winner for this week. So just take a sec to copy that down.
Mr. Dax, after I voted for him, encourages someone to slap me. Fuck you, Dax.
The very first moment I get, Mr. Dax, I will.
It'll be 10 years later. Wow, we're meeting in person.
Yeah, we're meeting in person for the final time. Slap!
Hold on, I'll put
Ow!
I'll put Jack's winner in the chat right now. All right,
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
there we go. All right. Well, now it's time for our third article. Thanks. I'll insert my own speculum.
No, God.
Oh, how appropriate that would follow a gigantic fucking bronze dildo.
Yeah. Is she gonna warm it up first?
Oh yeah.
This is my promise. This is my promise to the
Corinna.
universe.
Corinna.
Yeah.
All blah, 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 blah.
She
Borden
doesn't
Hill
look
Park.
that bad from
She,
the tiny image
she
there.
kind of looks like a Who from the Jim Carrey Grinch.
I mean, but have you seen Cindy Lou Who now?
I don't know.
Oh.
Does she still have the? Does she have the weird looking nose?
She's hot, dude. Have you have you never seen
Are you talking about
Exactly.
Taylor Momsen?
yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
she's-
Pretty
she's-
I found her through the Pretty Reckless, not through
Mhm.
her acting, but yeah, she's
same.
very attractive.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying
she-
the people who had the actual Who noses in that movie were creepy looking.
Link is
Yeah.
in chat to a picture of her.
To who? The article or
The author.
okay.
Oh. I was like, ooh, the picture of this hot girl?
Wait, what was the hot girl's name?
It looks like just a random mom in the middle of having a stroke.
Okay, fine. Just so we can equal out or balance out the pictures. What was the name of that other chick?
I'll put it in the chat.
Taylor Momsen.
Okay.
Why are we talking about this woman? Who cares?
Because
I
she's
just
good
want to see
looking.
the hot chick.
All right, let me. Oh wow.
There's one of her on like a cover album cover of one of the Pretty Reckless.
She needs to lay off the mascara, but yeah,
Ooh.
not bad.
Woof.
I'm trying to find the best picture of her, so just give me a moment.
All right.
Because she's got the raccoon eyes big time.
Oh yeah.
As sterile stirrups gleam in harsh fluorescent lights, that is my statement. If they can't take 30 extra seconds to show me how to put a medical instrument into my own body, then no.
Oh, shut up.
No. No. I am walking out.
No.
I am walking out and finding someone else. I did not go through the insanity of a bone marrow transplant to keep my mouth shut in this precious life. I promised my donors to live my life fully to repay their gift. Next time I have a pelvic exam, I will say, thanks, I would like to insert my own speculum. Could you show me what to do? And I will do a happy dance inside. While wearing...
Hopefully not with the speculum in.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be really awkward.
While I'm sure that a bone marrow transplant is probably really painful, you're still a weirdo.
Okay, there's a nice picture of a very large wallpaper image of her. So go ahead and knock yourselves out.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, nice.
Oh, she's pretty hot.
Wait,
Yeah.
she's 18, right?
She's well over 18 at this point.
Oh. All right. In that case, nice.
Yes.
Well, she looks kind of young. I don't know. I hate that I'm old enough that I have to ask that now.
Yeah, I know. She does kind of have a little bit of a Disney quality about her, which
she's
makes
20.
me a little nervous.
She's 29 years old. She was born in '93. Fucking
Holy
A,
shit! She's 1 year younger than I am.
I was out of high school
Damn.
before she was born.
I was 4 when she was born.
She's 5'8".
That's a
Damn.
decent height. Yeah.
Do you think I got a shot with her?
No.
Hell no.
Does she like pugs? I don't know.
Well,
Hey, she can pet me any day.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
For some people, they would call her fat because she weighs 121 pounds. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Give me 5 minutes with her. I'll turn her into a super soaker.
Oh, I can give you her. I can give you her membership. Her measurements are 34, 23, 33, and her bra size is 32B.
All right.
I mean, I'd prefer to turn her into a dolphin super soaker, but you know.
And Will, that would be 1993 is when she was
I think we
born.
just found a new nickname for women. All right. Until our recent Wise Bodies class, it did not even occur to me that this was something I could do, something I could contemplate, something I could express, something that is important, something that mattered to me. Isa Coffee, which sounds like an
What?
Italian man working at a Starbucks,
Eat a coffee.
It's a coffee.
our Wise Bodies teacher several times repeated that doctors inserting speculums instead of the women as a criminal act.
What the fuck is... Okay, hold on. I didn't understand a single goddamn thing out of your mouth there. What the fuck? Wise Bodies class. What the fuck is a Wise Bodies class?
I'll look that up right now.
What, you never took your Wise Bodies class?
No!
I thought everybody did. All right.
Oh, Wise Bodies teaches sexual education to kids, teens, and adults in a fresh, age-appropriate, honest, and uplifting way that supports the whole individual and the whole community.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess that. I'm gonna guess that Tess Holiday is a Wise Body. If you know the brand.
Okay, no, hold on. Until a recent Wise Bodies class, it did not even occur to me that this was something I could do. Okay. How old is this woman?
I don't know. She looks kind of middle-aged.
Did she need to go to remedial health class? Because that's what this sounds like. It sounds like she failed health class and had to take it in summer school.
Well, apparently, according to this, they enjoy teaching sexual education to underage children.
And I'm sure they do.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Dax, I was actually intending for it to be a pun, but the thing is, I don't think that enough people know Wise as potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
You're referring to the potato chips? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'm leaning towards firing up the wood chipper.
All right. I thought she was being hyperbolic until I started digging. And wow, what a rank, gruesome, gory tale this is.
Right, she started digging with the speculum. I'm sure it turns pretty gory.
She must be talking about her own article then.
She dug all the way to China.
She's gonna reach Gina.
Instead of my first time in the stirrups being this monologue as I gritted my teeth.
What the fuck is this woman saying?
I'm not sure she knows how words work. I don't...
What monologue are you giving while you're like hooch is in the fucking air and like open to the what the fuck is she talking about?
Okay, I think this is the monologue. Just try to relax, look at the ceiling. I will be as fast as I can. I am so glad that you are not a virgin. It is so much better that you have already been opened by a penis. When I use this on virgins, it can be quite unpleasant. I will be as fast as I can. Deep breath.
That sounds like something some dude that's about to fuck her is gonna say.
Said no doctor ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
I don't know. Maybe the doctor was Indian. Those guys are pretty based.
Yeah, we're gonna go expert out on that one.
Yeah.
All right. The conversation could have gone like this. Hey, I need to use a speculum to check for XX. Would you like to put it in your body so I can do the examination? What? I don't.
No. No.
What medical professional would be like, oh, I need to check your blood sugar levels. Here, would you like this needle? Go ahead and insert it into your body and give yourself a horrible brain embolism when you inevitably push air into your veins.
Yeah, I mean, what am
Because
I...
they're medical professionals, you retard!
Yeah, what am I paying you for? You're the one supposed to do it.
Exactly!
And I'm gonna have to agree with Angela Arriaga when she says this gyno was a perv. This whole thing this woman is experiencing it's like she had one bad gynecologist that said or did something the wrong way like once. That was the most minuscule offense, and she's like ruined for life.
Yeah, blew it completely out of proportion, probably like her vagina.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the doctor didn't say anything resembling what she just said.
The doctor probably said nothing.
Yeah.
She was probably huffing her own farts, and she believes everything that she's writing. She's like, "Oh my god, oh, it was so horrible."
Let's see.
At the time, it didn't bother me at all, but now that I look back and think about it and alter my memories, it was terrible.
If all potato brings up a good point.
What the doctor should have done is said, if you are a virgin, it's okay. I can fix that.
If all potato brings up a good point, wouldn't letting her do it herself be possibly malpractice? Yes,
absolutely. What if she did it incorrectly and injured herself at some capacity?
Yeah, I was gonna say because the speculum is like this thing. It's like shaped like a dildo, a single-sided dildo. Callback. And when you insert it in, it like spreads out like a fan blade, right? So like the whole thing is like if she inserted herself and like hit the thing that expanded it, she could be like irrevocably damaging her vaginal canal or uterine line. She could possibly be making herself fucking sterile.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it's like how doctors tell you not to stick Q-tips in your ears.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if doctors did this for prostate exams.
I mean, I'd be kind of okay with sticking a finger up my own ass rather than the doctors. But
all right, somebody clip that.
I don't know what I'm looking for when I do it. So I'm just saying.
Somebody clip that.
I wonder if this woman ever heard of the old torture device called the pear of anguish.
Well, as long as they're allowed to use it on their own, it's fine.
Yes.
All right, so would you like to put it in your body so I can do the examination? What? I don't know how. I can show you. It is your body. I guess so.
That just sounds even creepier.
If you want, I have a mirror here, and I can show you what I am looking for and tell you what I see.
Don't mind the mirror on the ceiling. That one's just for me.
Yeah, and don't mind the camera either. Bean, if you are reading this, I know it will be better for you. This will be you, my glorious daughter. Okay, I thought she was talking to Sean Bean for a second.
Well, he's not surviving anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I need to use a speculum to check for XX. And you interrupt, oh cool, I know all about speculums. I will put it in to help you. Where is your mirror so I can see what you're doing? That is what I want for you. Yes, please. Turns
God,
And
you're
then-
such a weirdo.
And then her daughter's all like, "No thanks, just jam it in there and find it and take it out. I don't need to do it myself. I have dildos for that."
Don't listen to what my mom says. We're putting her in a home.
Yeah. But I'm only 40.
Turns out there are many rethinking the speculum. The designers at Yona have been working for several years to improve upon a tool designed by a man. A man who remarked in his autobiography 150 years ago that if there was anything I hated, it was investigating the organs of the female pelvis. This man was James Marion Sims.
That sounds like a guy who did research. That sounds like literally any person who did research.
Also,
because once you do it enough, you learn to hate it.
Also, he's working in like the 1800s, so, he doesn't exactly have the medical knowledge we do.
Yeah,
And
here's
it
an
probably
idea.
stank, and it's like, oh my god, I have to do this again. Ugh.
If you invent something and it lasts for how long, like 130 years or something, maybe it's not because a woman didn't invent it. Maybe it was just a good invention on its own. Is that possible? That maybe
only if you can put it in yourself.
Yes.
The speculum was invented by Sims, the father of gynecology, in order to repair fistulas on slave women.
Ooh.
Tears, fistulas, between the vagina and the bladder/urinary tract are caused by either childbirth or violent rape. As the article, "The Speculum Finally Gets a Modern Redesign," states, his experiments were often conducted on slave women, without the use of anesthesia. It was the 1800s. So to say that
No one had anesthesia in the 1800s.
I mean, it was invented, but, it wasn't exactly...
It was called alcohol.
Yeah.
And also, is it at all possible that the act of inventing this thing was a benefit to women?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
Why do we have to associate it? Why do we have to poison the well by associating it? With
This guy did or said bad things. That means everything he invented should be thrown out.
Yes.
Let's see.
And also, for all we know, maybe he helped those slave women with this invention.
Oh shit! Tyrannus just awakened a thought in me. Bean, was she talking about her clitoris?
Maybe.
I mean, that's what women call it, flicking the bean.
Yeah. Flicking Sean.
Just saying. Yeah. Flicking Sean Bean.
Yeah.
That happens in every movie.
Including Lord of the Rings, but Jack wouldn't know that.
Yeah, but Jack wouldn't know that.
Yeah. So to say...
Jack spends his time wisely, wherever he is, which isn't here.
So to say that the speculum was not designed with patient comfort in mind would be an egregious understatement. If you dig deeper into the life of Sims, e.g. in Public Privates, Performing Gynecology from Both Ends of the Speculum by Terry Capsalis, you will learn that Anarcha Westcott was operated on 30 times to fix her fistula over a 4-year period. 30 times, without anesthesia. That is why in April 2018, Sims' statue was removed from New York City Central Park. That is why there is...
Wait, what does that have to do with it? Did he commit malpractice?
He didn't do it well enough in the 1800s. So,
they're not describing something that he did wrong. There are lots of people who require multiple surgeries.
I love, by the way, the fact that like you're downplaying the first part of that word, that the medical terminology for the tearing of the vaginal walls between the urinary tract and the vaginal is called fistula.
But I mean, seriously, you're not the author is not describing any sort of malicious intent or practice done to any of these people. It is merely the fact that he was in the vicinity of slaves and worked on them.
See,
That doesn't mean that he owned them. That doesn't mean that he mistreated them or committed malpractice against them.
Here's the thing, Jackie. You've got to realize something. I think it took several appearances on the corner to realize this, but I think it's finally dawning on me. 90% of the articles that we're reading here are just the author going in between one or two points in the first paragraph, and then it's like they're trying to fill out an essay where they had a minimum word count of like 700, so like they made their point in the first two paragraphs. The point was stupid, but they try to validate that point by having needless tangents in every single other article or every single other paragraph afterwards until an unsatisfactory and ultimately pointless conclusion.
Congratulations, quiz, you just graduated.
You've discovered the purpose of the corner. The show may now end.
This is the equivalent of you putting the everlasting gobstopper on my desk. You know. The corner is yours now. Follow me to this glass.
In the sky with the fizzy lifting drink.
Follow me to the glass Wonkavator. All right. Okay. Statue was removed from New York City Central Park. That is why there is a Mothers of Gynecology movement to commemorate the women whose bodies he used. Can you just call them like famous vaginas? Anarcha Westcott, Lucy, and Betsy, the mothers of gynecology, were born into a chain of women whose bodies absorbed such fury and sorrow it defies contemplation.
Sorrow.
Since 1662, the colonial law of partus sequitur ventrem, that which is born follows the womb, meant that all children inherited the legal status of their mothers. The Virginian lawyers had to go all the way back to Roman law to justify this egregious decision, upending the British law where children inherited the father's legal status. White owners could now rape their slaves with impunity as a sound capitalist investment to expand their workforce. A fistula was a wrench in this process that needed to be addressed, and such enter Sims. It is beyond the beyond. As the rabbit hole continues, you read the defenses of Sims. You read that he was a product of the time. You read that he wasn't.
Am I the only person who has no idea what the author is saying?
Like I said, she started off saying like, I want to insert my own speculum, and then by the way, the speculum is getting redesigned. Oh, by the way, the speculum was created by a guy who was like involved in slavery, and slavery was terrible, by the way. Which, you know, there was a lot of rape involved in slavery, so therefore the doctor inserting the you know, ergo the doctor inserting the speculum is technically slave rape.
Yeah. The moral of the story is anything invented by slavers, you should shove in your own vagina.
Makes sense.
All right, let's see. Okay, you read that he wasn't the only one who medically experimented on slaves. You read that he was controversial in his lifetime. This is where Resma Menachem's somatic abolition overlaps with Eckhart Tolle's pain body. His actions are indefensible. That drum vibrates today. His actions reverberate throughout the collective pain bodies of black women.
This dumb shit is like citing all these books and saying nothing about them.
Why do I get the feeling that the books this author is citing collectively don't themselves have any citations?
Or it's probably just an article from like the Huffington Post or something. The energy of those historical moments courses through the collective pain bodies of all women.
Collective pain bodies. I leave my pain body at home. I only take my pleasure body to work with me.
You know what? You know what? I'm starting to get the feel. I feel like if you were to click on all these links, eventually there's this old idea about Wikipedia that if you click on the first hyperlink in any Wikipedia article continuously, eventually you will reach the same Wikipedia article, which is, I think it's philosophy. I have a feeling that if you were to follow this chain of hyperlinks in any Medium article, you would eventually just get to a picture of a sad puppy.
Oh, is this Medium?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued by that one article over on the right that says I was in a sex cult for 10 years. Here's my story. Did they drink the Kool-Aid at the end? Is that how you escaped the sex cult?
It's one way.
Yes.
It's Flavor Aid quiz.
Every time a nervous woman balances her feet in the stirrups, takes a deep breath, clenches her fists, and looks at the ceiling while a doctor inserts a speculum, she is playing a role in a script where she is abused, powerless, and traumatized.
Yes. So again, to summarize, every time that you go and you get a pap smear, you are getting raped by slavers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you should be raping yourself.
Yes. God damn it, that's the empowerment we want. Women to be able to rape themselves.
Yeah. She is enacting a scene where the first players were forcibly held down as they howled, begged, wailed.
What did I just say?
Wailed.
Only this is unironic, is what she's saying.
Howled, begged, wailed for respite in their souls, if not out loud. In this play, the leading actor shoved speculums into unwilling bodies. Disgusted by what he saw, Sims pried these women open, twisted tender tissue into place, and stabbed them with sutures, all without anesthesia. No! No! No!
No!
Thanks, I will insert my own speculum. As of 2022...
I'll slave rape myself, thank you.
As of 2022, nearly 85% of OB/GYN doctors joining the profession are female. Come on, ladies, join me here. Let us edit this script together.
Come on, ladies. I want you to not have to slave rape me. I want to slave rape myself.
I want you to rape me, ladies.
Hey, here's a quick. Even if, let's say that this doctor really is the evil person the author is claiming they are, is it at all possible that through all the terrible things that he did, a useful, helpful piece of medical equipment came from it?
No.
Oh, no. See, like, you know, regardless of the fact that, like, all of our knowledge about human biology and anatomy comes from, you know, people essentially having their corpses robbed after their death, or even sometimes being murdered for their body to be donated to science, that's horrible, and therefore we should throw out the Grey's Anatomy book entirely. Just, you know, put it on a big pyre and then set it alight.
Mr. Dax has a good point in chat. Is this Moon's profile pic?
And I said, of course it is, but without the eye holes.
I think he must be confused. Moon's profile picture is a dog.
Yes.
It is right now, yes.
All right. Well, now it's time for the final game of the night.
Cherry's favorite.
Oh boy.
And that is Po or No Gender Edition.
I'd like to phone a friend.
No. No asking Braniel.
Is one of them a speculum choric?
Well, you'll have to wait
No,
and
I'm
see.
speculum sexual.
All right. So this is where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and one I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each one.
Oh, good.
Cool.
All right, so gender A.
Oh God.
Ooh woo gender.
Oh shit.
I'm out.
Gender.
That's it. I'm leaving. See you later, everyone.
No. I want a brief description.
Sayonara, suckers.
I want a brief description of what this gender is.
Gender that feels a strong connection with ooh-woos and anything soft.
Whoa! Is that what an uwu is?
All right. Gender B. Internet Explorer gender.
Mm.
Gender that's slow and clunky, but nostalgic.
Okay, if you came up with that one for us, then you've got way too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
All right. Gender C. SS Musa Hypic.
What?
What?
Gender connected to music involving Slim Shady, exclusive to people with ADHD or autism.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I can see that.
Huh. These all look fake as fuck, but
All right,
I think all of these genders have a connection to autism.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll start a poll in the chat so they can get in on it. And don't forget, one of the options is that they're all real.
Yeah, like Terry said, can I phone a friend?
I'm leaning towards either B or C.
I'm gonna go B.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to agree.
I'm going to say C. It's so fucking ridiculous. I think it may be fake.
All right, quiz.
I'm gonna go B.
All right, so 3 B's and a C. Let's see. Chat is leaning all real, but B is in second. Close.
Gender
Chat
related
always
to mom.
leads all real.
See what Dax says, gender related to mom's spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh, B and all real are now tied. Oh, B just took the lead.
Oh, ow.
So has everyone voted yet?
I would also, if this is a best of the worst style, voting for what you think is real, but also like if I could, with I don't know, like a flamethrower, burn one of them away from the consciousness of the entire human race, I would say A.
I think that is the reason it was included.
Can I just obliterate those 3 words or those 3 letters in that sequence from the lexicon of humanity?
Yes, please.
But what are your feelings on a whoa?
Jack, you're making me want to take you and put you on that fire too.
He's gonna fucking hunt you, Joe.
By the way, quiz, I heard Jack took your catalytic converter.
Oh, god damn it, Jack! Now I need to give you a slap and a light on fire. Okay, we got it.
Ow! Ah!
Boosh.
All right. Well, I think I'll end the poll there. So it looks like the chat chose B. All right. And the answer is
All real.
they're all real.
I knew it.
Oh.
How is it gender nostalgic?
Oh, that's far from the most ridiculous one we've had.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate
Why?
I fucking hate you.
I'm just glad that Royal Faggot was real. That's still a great gender.
Yeah, that's definitely up there, along with Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Shakespearean.
Yep.
I like that. Was Toll Queen one of yours, or was that a real one as well?
I don't remember.
Who knows? Who really? I don't think Frosted knows anymore.
The lines, they're blurring.
Well, as soon as you make one up, it just appeared on the wiki. You know that.
No. Watching Frosted do this game over and over again, you start to get like the Neo impression from him. He's starting to believe.
He's starting to believe.
What Dax says, B is a gender that you use to download and install other genders.
All right. Well, unfortunately, C had no flag, but but we'll see the ones for A and B.
I'm going to be very disappointed if it's nothing but a bunch of stupid colored stripes.
Of course it is. It's all.
A is boring, but
Oh,
How do you get uwu from that?
what the hell?
Couldn't you have at least made the stripes in the shape of an uwu?
I do like the second one. That second one is actually quite nice.
It's classic.
I know, but it's nostalgic.
Yes.
It's a nostalgic flag.
I like
Or
it.
nostalgic gender.
I still like it.
it's a gender that always wants to know your location.
It's a gender that eventually starts giving you notices about how you're not connected to the internet.
If I double click that gender, will it tell me that I need to upgrade to new Microsoft Edge gender?
I was going to make that same comment. Yeah.
We've detected that we are not your default gender. Would you like to change that?
Yes! We have a winner.
The colors are very subtle. I like that.
All right, and I'd like to make a brief announcement as to why we're doing this on Saturday this week. I was actually kind of celebrating yesterday because I found out this week that I am going to be a godfather.
Ooh, congratulations!
As in a mafia guy, or
My friend is going to have a baby boy, and I was chosen as the godfather.
Congo rats.
so are you sure it's a boy?
Congratulations to
Are
you
you
and your
sure it's not
friend.
SS Musi Hypic?
or Internet Explorer.
We mustn't make these assumptions, you know.
Yes.
Someday that baby will grow up and he'll watch this episode and he'll think, you know, I am feeling very Internet Explorer-y today.
You know, my pronouns are www and .com.
I'm Internet Explorer gender, but I identify as Chrome.
So I'm going to try and make it so my friend does not regret his decision. Anyway, our last article, how girl dick fucked me in the ass.
Anyway, how's your sex life?
Oh, hi, doggy.
Girl dick. That's actually a name. Ryan Jobs?
Yeah.
The feminine penis, fellas.
So I love how the very first line in the article is a lie.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I went with the title for this week's stream is because this one sounds like it was written by Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, doggy.
So,
Everybody betraying me.
I fed up with this world.
I fed up
Oh,
with
hi,
this
Joe
world.
Dick.
so
Oh, hi, girl dick.
how girl dick fucked me in ass.
No, not in the ass.
Oh,
just
no,
in
not
ass.
in the, just in ass.
Yeah.
Not even his.
Girl dick fuck me an ass.
Girl dick, fuck me an ass.
I am a straight guy who loves to shoot jizz all over a girl's body, but never thought.
all over girl's body. this article was written by Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Tommy Wiseau is doing erotica
I,
now.
With one of my
I am a
close
straight
buddies.
guy who loves shooting dick all over woman.
Let's see. I am a straight guy who loves to shoot jizz all over a girl's body, but never thought of myself being fucked by none other than a girl dick while I was vacationing in Bangkok. With one of my.
God.
Oh god.
Oh my
Oh, no.
God.
Oh no. Oh, no.
One of my
We're gonna
close
read
buddies.
about some weirdo's experience with a lady boy.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna read.
With one of my close buddy. This
One of my close body. One of my close body.
this had to be one of the most.
I love the girl dick.
This had to be one of the most surreal experiences of my life. Next day, I woke up with sudden pain all over my body, but more on the asshole. And my sock was and my sock was shoved up to my mouth. Not sure how I was breathing the whole night.
Oh my god, it's a prostitute. You paid extra for the torture.
We exited our hotel in Pussy Hunt that night.
In Pussy Hunt?
Is that like a place in Thailand?
Apparently. It's right next to Bangkok.
Once we arrived at a scene to find some good-looking whores, we were greeted by someone who introduced us to some girls out there.
This can't be real. I refuse to believe this is real.
These girls are so beautiful, and they indeed carry slim figures with a narrow waist, and when you look at them, you can easily fall for them due to their appealing body. This sounds like... This is an alien describing human sexuality.
Frosted, please send me a link to this article. I need to send this to a friend. The language in it is so spot on. Okay, so here, a little side story, okay? My friend and I, friend from high school, we were still in contact with, he's a good friend of mine, but we were talking, back in high school a long time ago. Now, there was this one website that we cannot find anymore. It was amazing. It was this, I believe, a Chinese national who got Japanese hentai doujin and then reviewed them and then translated it from originally Japanese to Mandarin to English. And it was the most amazing review site ever. Because of like the weird fucking ways he would say like certain sex acts. Like you're not like tit fucking, okay? You are sansing genital against ample breast. And you only had one breast, but had multiple butts.
But please tell me you've seen Backstroke of the West.
Of course, Baxter. That's like the origin of the oft-mentioned meme, the do not watch for the no. Yeah, of course I know Backstroke of the West. Yeah. But yeah, this one website, it was hilarious just because of all of like the weird ways he would say these things, and we cannot find the website anymore. But this article, just these 2 paragraphs you've read, sounds exactly like that guy writing a review of Thai lady boys. It's amazing.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Backstroke of the West is a it's basically taking episode 3 of Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
And basically like translating it back and forth between a few languages, and then just changing the dialogue that way, so that the dialogue like, becomes ridiculous.
Yeah, it's I think it's like English to Korean to Japanese to Chinese to a different dialect of Chinese and then back to English. Yeah. And it's hilarious. Yeah, so, like one of my favorite ones is like in one of those fighter sequences, it's Anakin turning around and talking to R2, and it's just R2, do you is fucking?
Yeah, and Backstroke of the West is how they translated Revenge of the Sith. And,
yes.
Yeah, and one of my favorite parts is the part where it's supposed to be you can't fight him, he is a Sith Lord, and then he goes, Chancellor Palpatine, Sith Lords are our speciality, and it's translated to, you can't fight him, he is big, Mr. Speaker, we are for the big. I don't know if it's still on YouTube.
This guy's only
I think it is, yeah.
He's only been a member on Medium for like this month, and he is already following 914 other people, and he has other articles with such titles as "Now she begs to swallow my jizz," or "Dick massage, a way to fuck," or "Widow fucking right after funeral."
So yeah, okay. I love this guy. He is the best Poe, and I will hear nothing else. especially considering his name is Ryan Jobs. Ryan Jobs? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So-
And then there's also that's called How I Managed to Come After 15 Minutes.
So what you're saying is this guy's already crushing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
just looking
My
at the
medium
titles.
earnings stand at 0.
Yeah, just looking at the titles of these articles is ridiculous.
No, he's totally a Poe, and I love it. I love this guy. More from this guy, please.
You know, a wild fucking tale of skunk pussy.
This is what we come to Medium for, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
All right. And trust me, there was absolutely no way to figure out if a person was a girl or a girl dick. We were,
Girl dick.
we were previously warned not to get confused in selecting these bitches, but we were duped by their look, and we both assumed they were one of the hottest girls in the entire town.
Now, before you go any further, Ebony Williams says, "Is it safe to come back?" No, you return at the wrong time.
In the entire town of Pussy Hunt, I assume.
Yes.
We were tricked after we went to the hotel, realizing that we were actually with hot chicks. But it turned out to be a girl dick. That didn't bother me much, since I already paid, and also as long as my dick was in one of the pristine holes, that's all that matters. And quite frankly, I was going to explore, as I heard of these ladyboys before. I was not looking for one, but since I got one, I didn't want to miss a chance. Hey, you need to experience everything in one life.
Whoa. So he's basically saying this pristine hole was this other dude's ass?
Yeah.
No, I think you can sum up that entire paragraph as I got home and found out it was a ladyboy and said YOLO.
I hope he takes out a speculum.
And asks her to insert it though.
Oh God.
In a small room hotel was a TV playing some sort of erotica. I assumed it was done on purpose so that you engage straight to business. She/he was right on business and started to suck my balls and provide me a nice much needed blowjob. A nice much needed blowjob. I felt this person knew exactly how to suck balls and to give head. Talking about professionals here, you can't go wrong.
So this hurts my brain.
I didn't realize you were transphobic, Moon.
God.
Once I was...
When in Bangkok.
Yeah. Once I was fully aroused, she started to undress, and oh my lord, she was carrying a goddamn dick. I was shocked to see a dick in front of me. I was shocked to see a dick in front of me, and she asked if I wanted to blow her off.
Yeah, fucking leave, God. Ugh.
Fuck no, I said, but I helped her in getting her aroused by playing with her dick. Shit.
Oh God.
Her dick shit.
No, I love the little shit like he did it accidentally. Like, oh man.
Oh, damn it.
And then he realized what he was doing. He was like, oh shit.
Oh man, I slipped and accidentally played with her dick.
It's like my hand was wandering. It just happened to find that woman dick.
I negotiated in staying full night, and since the service was damn good, I was thinking if she/he could blow me this good, I definitely need to tap that ass. I was a little bit tipsy, or I would not dare to fuck a ladyboy.
Oh my God.
Time arrived to tap that ass I was thinking of as my lust was getting amplified by each minute. Then, after a few moments, we were engaged in sex. I was hitting she/he in the ass, of which the moaning was getting louder and louder. Uh, my orgasm took me to the next level, and it was amazingly intense. A lot more than what I had experienced so far. I was exploring that fun, going deeper and deeper. I was, of course, at the dominating side. And finally, I started to shoot inside that sweet ass.
That sweet
Oh.
ass.
I'm gonna vomit.
She asked if I did come, and I said yes, and thank you.
Well, at least he was polite. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Why did she need to? Why did the he she need to ask? Isn't it generally pretty obvious?
Did you come yet? Yes, thank you.
yes, please, thank you.
Yes, I did come. Thank you.
It was very good.
It was a good cum.
It's like, are you ooh sexual?
Yeah, this is either written by an alien or like a 12-year-old boy.
No, again, this is a complete and total Poe, and he's like just shooting chaff. Double entendre intended. Into medium, and it's glorious. This guy is amazing.
this next part just cracks me the fuck up.
She then said, "I am very horny by your 7-inch cock, and now I feel like I should fuck your ass. I also want to have some pleasure." I was like, "No, bitch, you didn't pay me for that."
I demand a refund if you want to fuck my ass.
But I somehow felt she was trying to threaten me. She said, "If you don't let me fuck you, I will make sure someone else will fuck you. Not just fuck, but might rape you. You see, I have a 4-inch dick, and it is not going to hurt you much, so please be prepared."
I think this person is
No,
missing the point.
See, I have a 4-inch dick and I'm not going to hurt you much, so please be prepared. That just literally sounds like, I'm going to find someone to rape you, so let me rape you.
Like, no, bitch, you didn't pay me for that.
First, she asked me to blow her off, which I didn't have any choice other than respecting her wish, since I was in another country and not sure what would happen to me if I didn't agree to their feelings.
Hey, okay. Let me just stop you right there. How I learned that butt implants were a thing was a ladyboy hitting the pavement in Bangkok and a butt implant popping out of her butt. I saw the body on 4chan. It was kind of gross, but just saying, defenestration is definitely an option.
But were you here when this happened? Were you in Pussy Hunt?
I just
Was I in
like
Pussy
the
Hunt?
implication. I just like the implication that it's like some sort of cultural norm.
It's reciprocity, my guy.
In Japan, you take off your shoes at the front door. In South Korea, you let the man fuck you in the ass.
Well, when in Rome.
No, Thailand.
I am telling you, it takes years for girl dick to come when you are trying to blow them off. But eventually she got hard and I was poorly fucked in ass that night without my permission.
Fucked in ass.
Or I was really not going to have it. No matter the dick was small, it still hurt a lot. But since I was boozed, I didn't realize the pain until next morning when I woke up. But still a mystery how my socks did end up in my mouth. The end.
So did this guy literally just like immediately go into the whole joke? She told me to give her 9 inches and to make it hurt, so I fucked her 3 times and punched her in the face. Did he just literally make himself the subject of that joke?
I don't know. He made himself the subject of jokes.
Yes, a lot of jokes.
Yeah. But I just love this guy's writing style.
Yes. He is a Poe. This did not happen. This is not real. And it's amazing.
I hope,
especially considering that it's taking
question his lived experience quiz.
Yeah.
Especially considering it's a legitimately published article on Medium. That's what I love about it. Now hold on. There's 21 comments down there. I want to read them.
Quiz. It's medium green text is what it is.
Oh wait, no, there's no comments. There's 21 claps.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh.
Oh, you have to create an account. Damn it! Can I leave a comment?
No, you need an account.
Damn it!
Frosted cannot leave an account. Cannot leave a comment, even though he has an account.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
I was
He got
kicked out
banned.
for a comment.
Oh, damn it, Frosted! I'm tempted to create an account on Medium just so I can comment on this.
You gotta
kind of
pay
stuff.
for it.
I mean,
Oh, fuck that!
I mean, obviously this is meant to be erotica and that it really didn't happen, but I really hope this guy isn't a Poe and that he's actually writing the best he can and trying to make it sexy.
Dude, okay, look at his email. Ryan Musk jobs. There's no way that this dude is legit.
I don't
There is no universe in the multiverse where this guy is legit.
Listen.
I'm just saying I'm hoping.
It's green text, Quiz. It might not be real, but I could still wish it was real.
Well, yeah, in the same way that I laugh at every single green text spaghetti in my pocket story, I will probably laugh at literally every single one of this dude's articles.
I think he's almost as good as the Cat Congress.
It's hard to unseat the Cat Congress. All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So I'm going to take a moment to shill my co-hosts and guest. I Like Boobs has Clippers United over on his channel Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Godfather, I get it.
All right. Let's see. Moonshock has his Twitch channel, link in the description, and his Give, Send, Go, also in the description, to help with his medical bills.
Thank you.
He's cyber begging.
Oh my God! Fine, I will go and shut it down if that'll make you happy.
No, you
Yeah,
just...
that seemed like an extreme reaction, but
No,
you do you.
all you have to do is play Super Seducer 2.
Yeah. Then Terry's gonna give you all the money.
Well, because everybody likes to talk about the booby woobies.
Yes.
And after this article, you have an edge. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how to get some Thai lady boys.
I know one place I'll never be going.
If you talk to the Thai lady boys, maybe you could get a breast implant.
Yeah, butt
Nice.
implant. Butt implant.
No, dude. I'm missing a boob. So
Oh.
you didn't know?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Where the hell have you been for like the
I've
last?
been-
4 years?
Yeah,
I've
Quiz,
been
not knowing that
working.
thing.
I've been working. I've been like 12-hour days coming home and just dying.
You don't keep a
How
chart.
dare
on,
you?
You don't keep a
I
chart
don't.
on YouTubers' boobs.
Yeah, man.
I do not. I'm sorry.
It's like a long Excel spreadsheet. YouTuber name, boob, yes or no.
Yes, and then-
Yes, check right
and there's
now.
check boxes.
Hey, let's see. Terry Diamantis is on Six of Sober streams. He's on Johnny Hellcat streams. He's on, was it Mr. Adams Minions Nights? And one
Yep.
ton
And hammers.
and One Ton Hammers Nights.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on every stream known to man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God, the minion stream last night. Holy fucking shit! The Sanguine like to talk.
Oh, you're on with Sanguine. Oh,
Yes, and Mr. Adam and another gentleman from Canada that I can't remember his name, but oh my God, Sanguine and the Canadian gentleman, they went back and forth like an hour.
I'm disappointed that I missed it.
Well, you can watch the replay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to show, Quiz?
Well, I've taken to hosting the Minions on Sundays now instead of Mondays. Mondays are Adam's night now, where he plays Brady O'Grames with Terry, and I've been doing Sundays and doing my painting. Be sure to go back and watch all the VODs for Comic Book Curation on Polydub's channel. Woo!
Don't you mean
that's about it.
ooh?
No. Yeah, I have two rules amongst all of my friends. If I am ever heard saying those three letters, in sequence that they are given carte blanche to shoot me in the head, and I will thank them. So
I still say it should be pronounced as if it were a train whistle, like.
But Quiz, can you say a whoa?
no, I can't. I will not say any one of the combinations of any of those letters.
Hopefully that train.
I will not say a whoa. Oh shit.
Hopefully that train is going to Dachau. All right.
Oh, it was donkey, I believe. From what they're that's what it was. It was
Eeyore.
donkey.
Eeyore,
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see. We should be back next week at the normal time, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So,
Unless he becomes the Godfather again somehow.
Yeah.
The Godfather 2.
Well, I mean, my friend.
Will
is,
Forge,
my friend
Will
is
Forge said-
Catholic, so yeah.
Oh.
Will Forge said, wouldn't it be something to indicate to others that you've been kidnapped? It would be a way to indicate to others that I have been kidnapped and that a mercy killing is in order.
See, I would just say I am a straight guy who loves to shoot jizz all over girls' bodies.
How girl dick fuck me in ass.
All right. So on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.